couple days ago I went to the post office and I got my latest issue of Wired magazine with kind of a ugly contrasted picture on the front, at least to me. But it was stiff, so I thought, hey, there's a compact disc in there, probably with like some apps or something on it. And so I opened it up, and it turns out they went all out on the ads. This is a single ad for a phone, but it's hard. You pull out this little tab right here, and then you can press these buttons and it lights up. You might be able to see it better like this. I guess that's off? Oh, okay. I guess it's just hard to use then. But that's displaying the different colors that you can order your phone in, I think. Now if we look on the back side of it, we see that there's 3 LEDs that are multicolored LEDs. Let's tear it apart and see what makes it go. Before I take it apart though, I just want to make it clear that this front part is like a plasticky and this back part is normal magazine paper. So peel off the plastic front, I think. Might be easier to pull it off like this. And there we have that page out. I can work with this now. And there we go. Looks like we have 4 CR2032s in here. Oh, CR2025s. I was wrong by only 2 digits. And there's a little surface mounted chip right there and some little components. And now this is the backing material from like an LCD panel from like a laptop or LCD monitor. And we just have some somewhat flexible contactors down here, which it looks to be, yeah, it's just a layer of conductive plastic over some contactors printed onto another piece of plastic. So if we took something metal and put it over there, yeah, it would contact it. Now this outer stuff, I think, is mostly just for stopping the light from bleeding through the sides of the plastic image. So those can go. Oh, man. They definitely used some strong glue on this. So I definitely have to say this is by far the most fancy ad I have ever seen. I'd have to say even fancier than the silver foil Nintendo Power issue for The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. That one cost Nintendo Power quite a bit of money to make. This is so awesome. I might actually go to Walmart and buy another magazine just to have this, if the store version has this circuit again, because this is awesome. And I gotta say, one thing that I really like about this and might make it really useful for hackers is that this light controller and the keypad are interfaced with nice little easily solderable connectors. Well, not really easy, but you could solder these to other wires. So you could just take off this little strip of buttons right here and power this with something else. Like you could have these little pins connected to the pins on a Raspberry Pi, and you could write a little program so whenever you get an email, it lights up blue or purple. Or maybe you want to have it to where it has a microphone on it, and so so depending on what frequencies it hears in the room, it'll flash at different colors. So that'd be kind of cool. And another interesting thing is this circuit board right here, the controller, is connected directly to this little plastic circuit board that also has components on it right there. So they're kind of inseparable. And the plastic circuit board thing here, or substrate, is what holds the LEDs, which are really interesting. Looks like they might have 6 LEDs inside of it. Now, one really interesting thing is this has 4 3-volt cells, but it doesn't give 12 volts. It gives 6 volts. This is negative, this is plus 3 volts, this is plus 6 volts, this is plus 3 volts, and this is plus 6 volts. This one goes to the LED module, and this one goes to the microcontroller module, and the negative just goes to both chips. Now, it only gives 6 volts in total, so theoretically we could connect both of these together and it would still work like it does. So that means I could just take this orange wire and this red wire, put them together, and then we have the black and orange, so we can just power it with straight 5 or 6 volts like USB power. And I could power it with like a 6-volt battery, or I could power it with the 5-volt input from a Raspberry Pi, which is, because USB uses 5 volts and this powers from a USB connector, so that would work nicely with the Raspberry Pi. So in the end, I would definitely say I'm happy with this month's issue of Wired Magazine. Not really because I've read it or anything, I haven't even looked at the magazine yet, but just because of the parts that you get. Because you get 4 2025 cells, which they're good for a lot of stuff. You get a little microcontroller, you get a little thin keypad, and the whole thing lights up if you just want to keep it as one big piece. Or you have the backing material, the LED light disperser or whatever. You have the like 4 color LEDs down here. And now one really nice thing you can do with this thing is you could cut out a square and you could use it to upgrade the screen on your old Game Boy, because Game Boys aren't backlit. So you actually can upgrade it where you take the LCD screen out, you take off the back metal sheet off of it, and you can put in your own back illuminator. And so you could use this for an upgrade like that, or any other little LCD screen. But there's tons of uses for this, so I might buy actually several magazines just to get several of these, because this is awesome. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. See ya!